Alright, some new masteries. Yeah, I'll just do a quick overview. It looks like they haven't updated the look on all of them, but I don't know, maybe they just want to have these crappy symbols for the whole thing. So I'm going to go through in detail of each page. It take a while. Just going to go left to right kind of thing, going down, reading each one and going over it so you can see. And for some reason, perhaps wasn't recording just the client. So yeah, we're doing full page here. Yeah, it's good. It's good enough. A little smaller, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty detailed. Never thought of making it this big. Okay, so offensive tree. Feast. Each time you kill a unit, restore 2 health and 1 mana. Well, that's pretty interesting. Okay, attack speed, same thing. 1.5. So this gives 5% cooldown instead of 4 now. Basic attacks and single target spells deal additional 2 damage to minions and monsters. This does not trigger off of area effect damage or damage over time effects. So this helps you last hit for anything. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna just put points in to start going down the tree. Double-edged sword. Again, see, like, this is supposed to be double-edged sword and they have a shield for it. Don't really make sense. They'll probably just make sure I'm talking here. Okay. They'll probably make different symbols, but they're not all upgraded yet. Melee, deal an additional 2% damage and receive an additional 1% damage. Range, deal and receive an additional 1.5% damage. That's pretty interesting. 4 attack damage at level 18, so that's 0.22 per level. So instead of, I think, 1 per level, it's now 0.55 attack damage per level. 6 ability power at level 18, so this is 0.89 ability power per level, so it's the same thing, just a little less. And now they upgrade into just flat attack damage and flat ability power. Damaging an enemy champion. So this is the next tier one, third tier. I'm just putting. So let's go through the AD tree. Damaging an enemy with an auto attack increases your spell damage by 1%, stacking up to 3 times. So this is like for casters that you can get a few attacks in, you know. So that'll increase your spell damage by 1%. Executioner increase is damage dealt to champions below 20% by 5%. Okay, and what does the upgrade? 20%, 35%, and then 50%. So increase full rank, it does increase damage dealt to champions below 50%, 50% health by 5%. So it seems like they just totally like put this, the last one up here, whatever. So yeah, I like that. Seems pretty strong, and we'll put one in here just to see. Damaging an enemy champion with a spell increase your basic attack damage by 1%, stacking up to 3 times. Well, that's weird. So this is auto attack increases your spell damage, and this is spell damage increases your auto attack. So this is like for a hybrid. I like that. That's really sweet. Increase bonus attack damage by 2%. So that just increases your overall attack damage. Increase ability power by 2%, up to 5. Both are 5%. So Warlord, Archmage, okay. Killing a champion restores 5% of your missing health and mana. That's pretty sweet. So after you execute them, you restore a little bit. Your basic attacks also deal bonus magic damage equal to 5% of your ability power. Okay, so that's for spell people. Let's see, we did this one, okay. Critical hits increase your attack speed by 5% for 3 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. So this is instead of 10% increase attack speed, This is 5% but stacks up to 3 times, so a total of 15 if you get a continual critical strikes. 2% armor and magic penetration. 6% armor and magic penetration. So that's, if you go deep into the tree, you can get 6 armor pen and magic pen. So I like this tree. I feel like it's a lot more a lot more viable for champions that can go hybrid, like Nidalee. Let's see who else. Kind of Mundo. Mundo does ability damage and he uses his auto attacks. Even though you don't build him AD, I don't even know why I said that. The only one I can think of, Nidalee, maybe Akali. Nidalee, Akali. There aren't that too many good hybrids. Maybe kind of Mordekaiser because he has to get up close and uses his auto attacks to undo abilities and whatnot. So people like that. Fizz maybe because he gets close into his auto attacks, so these auto attack things will help him. And then finally 3% increased damage. Okay, so that's the offense tree. Now we're into the defense tree. Reduce incoming damage from champion basic attacks by 1, and then by 2. Okay, 1 health regen per 5 seconds, 2 health regen per 5 seconds. Increase your bonus armor and magic resist by 2.5%, or 5%, so that's pretty sweet. Reduce damage taken from neutral monsters by 1, does not affect lane minions. Neutral monsters by 2, does not affect lane minions. And enemy monsters that attack you bleed, dealing damage equal to 1% of their current health each second. This does not work against lane monsters. That's weird. So I think the minions will bleed now, dealing 1% of the current health of you. Enemy monsters that attack you bleed, dealing damage equal to 1% of their current health each second. So they take percentage of their current health damage per second. Okay, that's kind of confusing, sorry. Just took me time to wrap my head around that. So after you upgrade your block, you can go down to this, unyielding. Sorry. Melee, reduce all incoming damage from champions by 2. Range, reduce all incoming damage from champions by 1. So these, I kind of like how they're making these kind of melee and ranged, kind of helping the melee out a little more and whatnot. So that's cool. 12 health, 24 health, 36 health, 36 health. Wow. So now it's just flat health. Oh, this is percent health. Okay, so this is now, they don't have the health per level. They move that health per level into this 3% maximum health. And this is for your like flat health early on. That's cool. I like it. I like the change. Upgrade into that. Okay. Reduce damage taken by 3% from enemies that have impaired movement. So if the enemy is slowed or something like that, then you take 3% less damage. This gives you armor. This gives you magic resist, hardiness, and resistance. 1% of your missing health every 5 seconds, plus 1% of your missing health every 5 seconds. Okay. Reduce the effectiveness of slows by 10%. Okay. Reduce damage taken by critical strikes by 10%. Okay, so that's after you upgrade your armor, reinforced armor. Reduce damage taken by 4% of area effect magical spells. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's evasiveness. So that's like, I'm pretty sure like RH Charm, not Charm, Ball would count, Brand's AoE, Mordekaiser's AoE, just stuff like that. You'll take 4% less damage from that. That's pretty sweet. So if you upgrade this, you have 3% of your missing health every 5 seconds. And then increase all sources of incoming healing by 10% while below 25 health. Well, that's pretty sweet too. This is like a super trundle move right there. Super low, you get even more health increase, you know, with that passive and stuff. And then if they have Spirit Visage, that's like a 30% increase. There's a lot of cool stuff in these trees now. 1 armor and 0.5 magic resist for each nearby enemy champion. So fully upgraded, you have 4 armor and 2 magic resist for each nearby enemy champion. So that's kind of like a Wukong skin, Wukong passive, the rough skin. Tenacious. So they don't have tenacity in this anymore, it doesn't look like. They just have the swiftness. Start the game with a 50 health shield. This shield regenerates each time you respawn. Whoa. So now you have a shield. So that's like 50% extra health at the start, and then when you respawn, maybe that means after you die, you get the shield back. Reduce the duration of crowd control effects by 15%. So they moved the tenacity down here, and they reduced it to 15 instead of 35. I don't know if I like that, but it's there. So that's the end of the tree there. I don't know, man, but there's a lot of stuff. I like it. I like it. Okay, utility. Reduce the cat. So one thing you notice is they take out all the things that help summoners, such as like the ghost and ignite, exhaust one over here, the barrier heal one, and the teleport flash one. Those are the ones that I remember in those trees. But now you don't have increased summoner spell effectiveness and stuff. They took all those out. Reduce the casting time of recall by 1 second. 0.5 movement speed. So instead of while out of combat, they just give you a movement speed. 1 mana regen at level 1 and a 3 mana regen per 5. Increase the cast time. Increase the cast range of wards and relic items by 10%. So now you can place wards a little farther. That's pretty sweet. Gain health regeneration equal to 10% of your mana regeneration. That's pretty interesting. Summoned units and traps have 10 increased duration. Okay. So that, I think, summoned units and traps have 10%. So that works for Nidalee's traps, Caitlyn's traps, Mordekaiser's minion after he kills someone, Tibbers, stuff like that. That's pretty sweet. Reduce the cooldown of summoner spells by 4%, so fully max is 10%. So that does let you use your summoner spells. That's the same thing as before. Increase the duration of your potions and elixirs by 10%. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Let's take some points out of here. 0.5 gold every 10 seconds, 1 gold, so 1.5 gold every 10 seconds. And then 1 gold each time an ally kills a nearby lane minion. Okay. Increase the duration of Shrine, Relic, Quest, and neutral monster buffs by 20%. Same thing there. Okay. 1% lifesteal and spellvamp, and maxed is 3% lifesteal and spellvamp. Okay, that's pretty nice. The same thing there. After you upgrade your alchemist, which is increase in potion and elixir duration. So if you increase your potion duration, that probably means you heal for a little bit more. Your health potions are upgraded into biscuits that restore 20 health and 10 mana instantly upon consumption. Whoa. That seems pretty powerful, actually. Because you might be able to pop a whole bunch of those, and I don't know if that would count, you know, because you can stack the health potions on to heal you longer. So I don't know if that would instantly heal you for those, or you would have to wait for each one to be activated. Interesting, interesting. So we already saw that one. 1 gold for every time a nearby lane minion dies. 40 starting gold. 2% increased mana. And 2% plus 2% increased maximum mana. So maxed is plus 5% increased maximum mana. Plus 5 experience every 10 seconds while near a higher level champion. Gain 10 experience every 10 seconds while near a higher level champion. So that means like if you're support or maybe even jungle and you're lower level for some reason, you'll just start gaining extra experience because you are down in level. So after upgrading your 40 starting gold, which is bandit, you will be scavenger. Melee grants an additional 15 gold on champion kill or assist. Ranged, you gain and 3 gold. I don't know if that's proper English, but whatever. Range, you gain in 3 gold each time you attack an enemy champion. This cannot trigger on the same champion more than once every 5 seconds. Okay, so I think if you're melee, you don't get that extra gold when you auto attack. But if you're ranged, you don't get the extra additional 15 gold on champion kill or assist. Okay. 2% cooldown reduction. So max is plus 5% cooldown reduction and reduces the cooldown of activated items by 10%. So that's cool that they took the cooldown reduction and moved it over here, and they took that arcane affinity from before, or whatever, the thing that reduced items, and also put it into that. And the last one is, that was weird, 5% movement speed while out of combat. Movement speed out of combat. So they took that movement out of combat and moved it down here. I don't know if I like that, but it's whatever. That's kind of like so you can support better, you know, ward and roam around. I don't know, whatever. So that's the extent of the new masteries. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I do like it. I feel like there is a lot more options to do. You know, so instead of the usual 21-9 or 21-09 or 17-13 type of builds for the bruisers, you know, there's going to be a good amount of options you can do. So we'll have to see what people make and what becomes the most popular, because, you know, there's always kind of the best thing, you know, mathematically. But again, it's all to playstyle also, so very good. I congratulate Riot in their changes. I like how they change it up and make it different every time. It keeps it interesting in the game. So, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. So I think Philosopher's Pebble. So yeah, I was gonna maybe maybe check out some of the items, but I kind of already did that before. I'll just do a quick scroll. Obviously, you saw that some of the splash arts weren't finished, and they changed some of the splash arts of already existing items. Legion, so they changed that. Race of the Mountain. Yeah, I don't know. In game day, I already did one on the item, so I was just quickly looking again. I thought they were going to bring back this thing, but for Summoner's Rift. Haven't seen that yet though. Oh yeah, the Sunfire Cape. I like that one. Just looks sweet. I like the old Yamamushu's Ghost Blade. I mean, this one looks pretty sweet too, but I like the old one. The old one was nice. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. You can, if you get a PBE account, you can just check them out for yourself and play with them. So, yeah. See you around.